Good morning, children. So let's learn characteristics of living thing. In our last video, we learned about some characteristics, that is about growth. Then food is necessary for all living thing. Respiration also we learn. So next topic today we are taking, that is excretion. What is meant by the excretion? You know, all the living organisms carry out the processes such as digestion and respiration. During these processes, some waste products are produced inside body of the organism. Okay, these waste products need to be removed as their accumulation in the body can be harmful. If these waste products remain in our body, that may get harm to our body. Means in digestion, the undigested food is an excretory product. Also in respiration, the CO2 gas should be removed out of the body so that there is no use of that excretory products. Okay, they may get harmful by our body. So the process by which these waste are removed from the body is called excretion. Okay. The waste substances are formed during many processes, takes place in the body of animals. These are called the excreta, and the processes of eliminating these from our body, that is called excretion. Animals have specific organ for excretion. So plants too excrete. Plants also, some waste products that are formed in the plant body also, they should be removed through the excretion process. So for example, some plants shed leaves in specific season. Waste substances stored in the leaves of plants are shed along with the leaves. Okay. So this is the excretion process in plants. And in animals also that animals get rid of undigested food in the form of facial matter. Then carbon dioxide is produced as a waste product in respiration. So animal removes carbon dioxide by breathing out, means we remove carbon dioxide through exhalation process. In plants, in some plants, the process of photosynthesis and respiration produce waste in the form of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, in photosynthesis, that waste product is oxygen. So that oxygen removed from the body. In respiration, carbon dioxide is a waste product that should be removed from the body. Okay, so these gases are removed from plant's body through the stomatal openings. Some plants excrete waste in the form of secretions like gum, latex. Okay, the rubber plant that secretes latex, which is a सोर्स ऑफ नेचुरल रबर, जैसे जिससे हम लोग को नेचुरल रबर मिलता है, दैट इज द एक्सक्रीटरी प्रोडक्ट ऑफ दैट प्लांट, रबर प्लांट, दैट इज लैटेक्स इन द फॉर्म ऑफ लैटेक्स. एकेशिया ट्री मतलब बबूल का जो ट्री है, जो बबूल के ट्री से हमें गम मिलता है, वी यूज दैट गम फॉर स्टिकिंग. So that acacia tree secretes a brown sticky substance that is called gum. That is an waste product. In some plant, waste produced are stored within the plant bodies. So plant also get rid of their waste through their leaves, which dry out and fall off. जो पत्ते गिरते हैं plants के particular season, उसमें वो जो पत्ते क्यों गिरते हैं, क्योंकि वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट जो होता है प्लांट के अंदर का वो लीव्स में स्टोर होता है और लीव्स फॉल होके वो वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट रिमूव करते हैं. These roots, okay, which dry out and fall off, the roots of plant also release some waste into the soil. Okay, that is the excretion process in the plants and animals. Okay, children. Now, next is the responsiveness to the stimuli and movement. Another characteristic of living thing is that is it responds to stimuli. All the living being give response to the stimuli. Means if we accidentally touch a hot pan, what happen? How to respond? How the animals give response? If we touch a hot pan, what happen? We immediately withdraw our hand. Okay? अगर हमारा हाथ हॉट पैन को लग जाता है या हॉट कुकर को लग जाता है तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं? हाथ रखते हैं क्या वैसे? नहीं. So we immediately remove our hand. So that means touching a hot pan is a sudden change in our surrounding that triggers in a reaction. So when you touch a hot pan, you immediately remove your hand, means that is a response to stimuli. We give response to the stimuli. Hot pan is a stimuli, and when we respond means we remove our hand immediately from there. So it is response to stimuli. Any sudden change in immediate surrounding of a living organism is called stimulus. Any sudden change in the immediate surrounding of a living organism is called stimulus. The reaction of an organism to the stimulus is called response. अगर आपके आंखों पे आप बैठे हो, आपके आंखों पे सडनली धूप आ रही है बहुत, यूजुअली इन द समर सीजन दिस हैपेंस, आ रही है तो आप क्या करोगे? आप अपने आंखों पे पर्दा लगा दोगे या आप लोग अम्ब्रेला यूज करोगे, आप या फिर साइड से हट जाओगे वहां से. मीन्स दैट यू गिव रिस्पॉन्स टू दैट स्टिमुली. All the living organisms respond to change in their surrounding. So plants also respond to change their surrounding. The leaves of touch me not plant. You know the touch me not plant? What happens when you touch that plant? The leaves of that touch me not plant droop down. Immediately that leaves, as soon as you touch the touch me not plant, it gives sudden response to that stimuli. आपने टच किया मतलब आपने उसको stimuli apply किया, and the leaves droop down means it is response that plant to give us such a stimuli. Okay, so let us see then another example. What happened? अगर आप कोई मनी प्लांट है आपके घर के अंदर रखते हो तो वो मनी प्लांट क्या होता है? that plant required sunlight for the photosynthesis. अगर वो प्लांट, अगर वहां पे कोई साइड में विंडो है, लाइट आ रहा है वहां से, तो what happened? That plant grows in that direction of the light. Means that plant wants the sunlight, so it gives response to get a sunlight. वो डायरेक्शन से वो बढ़ रहा है. Responses to the stimuli. Means usually occurs in a creeper plant in the courtyard, leans towards the support also. अगर कोई creeper है उसको tendril होता है, you learn about the tendril. So with the help of that tendril, it grows on, it takes support on another plant. A potted plant placed in a window grows towards sunlight. That means it's a response to stimuli. It means that plant to show movement. Living things move of their own. The movement or change taking place in the living thing such a time is their response to the stimulus. An event that occurs in our surrounding is a stimulus. Okay. So the ability of the living thing to respond to the stimulus is called responsiveness to stimuli. So that is another example. So responsiveness to stimuli is a characteristics of living thing. Okay. So that is response to stimuli. Then another main characteristic of living thing is a reproduction. All the living things reproduce their other living thing like themselves. Okay, so the reproduction by which living organism produce more of their own kind is called reproduction. Means it's the ability to reproduce of their own kind, that is called reproduction. Some animals give birth to their young ones, then some lay eggs. Their young ones hatch out of the eggs. Then new plants are produced from their seeds, stems, leaves, or other plants parts. Then the process by which a living thing generates a new living thing like itself is called reproduction or procreation. Okay. The reproduction is essential for continuity of organism of particular type. Okay, खुद की आइडेंटिटी रखने के लिए एनिमल्स को रिप्रोडक्शन की जरूरत होती है. Different organisms reproduce in different ways. Okay, human being and animals such as cow, dogs, cats reproduce by giving birth to their young ones. Fishes, frogs, birds lay eggs. Most plants such as mango, pea, and gram reproduce with the help of seeds. When sown in the soil, the seeds germinate and give rise to a new plant. These are different stages of reproduction. Some plants reproduce with the help of their body parts such as stem, leaves, roots, etc. The stem of potato and the stem of cutting of a rose, when planted separately, produce a new plant. Okay, so that is the reproduction process. Then a definite lifespan. All the living thing has definite lifespan. At a certain stage of life, living thing become capable of reproduction. Later on in life, reproduction stage, their organs become weak and still later their life comes to be an end. हमने देखा होगा कि एक छोटा सा child that grow into young one के बाद adult, the different stages of their lifespan. So the stages, their organs become weak and still later their life comes to be an end. In other words, living thing die. Living thing die. The lifespan of different animals and plants are different. सबका lifespan एक जैसे नहीं होता है. For example, the lifespan of a dog is about 12 to 18 years. While the ostrich live for the 50 years. Okay, so this is a different lifespan of different animals. The lifespan of giant turtle found on the Galapagos Island in South America is about 170 years. Other hand, the lifespan of mayfly ranges from 1 hour to 24 hours. So that is the lifespan. Then next is the cellular structure. Living things are made up of small cells, that is called unit of life. All the actions and processes in the bodies of living things are brought about with the help of their microscopic cells. Our body is multicellular organ. Okay, we have multiple cells in our body. A cellular structure, some animals, some living things are made up of a small unit of cell, that is unicellular, like amoeba, paramecium. These animals are unicellular. All the actions and processes in the body of living thing are brought about with the help of these microscopic cells. So they are very small, unicellular body, so we have to use microscope to see the structure of amoeba, to see the structure of paramecium. Okay, then some living things are made up of multicellular organisms. means many cells like human being, dog, cat, cockroach, elephant, banyan tree, the onion plant are all multicellular organisms. All the characteristics of living thing are seen in every cell of living thing, whether it is unicellular or multicellular. Okay, so cellular structure is the main characteristics of living thing, even though a number of cells may vary. Okay, so this is about the living thing and its characteristic feature. We see the main characteristic features of living thing is growth, then food is necessary for growth, then respiration, then excretion, then response to stimuli and movement, then reproduction, then a definite lifespan and a cellular structure. These are the main characteristics of all living being in plants and animals. Okay, children. Now some useful things and harmful things are also present in the surrounding. Some plants are useful that we used for household as well as industrial purpose. For example, some plants we eat as a vegetable, some we eat as a fruits. We get lots of medicinal plants also. Animals also are useful. Dog, cat, cow, buffaloes are we use as a domestic animals. We get milk and milk products from cow. We get lots of things. We get meat from fish. We get various fibers from silk and wool from sheep. So these are some useful animals also. There are some harmful animals also. Some animals and plants around us are harmful to human being and other animals also, like mosquitoes, flies, cockroaches, mice, rats, destroy our food, lice, ticks, also spread diseases. So these are some poisonous animals like lizard, snake, some poisonous plants also there in our surroundings. So there some plants harmful, for example, dodder, parthenium, and other weeds too. So these are harmful plants. Some wild animals are also found. Wild animals that hunt other animals for food are called predators. Then tiger, lions, leopard, wolves. Some are harmful wild animals. Okay, this is about the living world. In that we learn about various plants and animals, their characteristics, things we learn. Okay, children. So your revision of second lesson is over. Now, next period, next video, we will learn another topic. So bye everyone.